Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's edition of the Maconi Setup Shop A-Fix Tutorials. This week we are at the Texas Motor Speedway, and as you know, this racetrack is a very unique configuration, so strap in and let's get to it. A couple of really important things I want to go over first and foremost is the difference between this car, solo car, and the draft. Um, in solo car, I have all the clean air in the world. You cannot full throttle turn 3 with this setup, uh, even in solo car. Which brings me to my biggest point: is you're not going to be able to do it in the draft either. You're going to be carrying so much speed. So even though you see me lifting here in solo car, don't think that you can flat foot it in solo car because you can't. I promise. Um, so you need to understand that you're going to be lifting a lot more in a race setting, uh, in the draft, in dirty air, compared to what you see here in solo car. This place is all about saving tires, and the way that these corners are configured, it's really easy to be using a lot of throttle in 3 and 4 because you feel like you can go really, really fast and you just start spinning the right rear, right? You still feel somewhat secure in terms of handling, but you're overheating the right rear tire. Okay, so it's very important to manage your tires in the draft. Turn 1 is a very slow corner. You want to be as patient as possible so that you can save your tires. Turn 3 being in the draft, you will more than likely be riding a quarter throttle in the draft. And even as the leader, you'll probably be running about half throttle. So it's just very important to know that you're saving your tires there. Turn 1, I found that just running in 5th gear, even in solo car, I was able to save my tires tremendously. Um, 4th gear is much faster. There's no doubt about it. Um, but you save your tires so much more by running 5th gear, and I think that being in the draft, it's going to be very difficult to decide whether you want to be in 4th or 5th gear. It's going to be situational dependent. But if you're in the draft, as long as you're lifting early and backing up your corner, you can make 5th gear work. Yes, if people are running 4th gear, they're going to pull you down the back straightaway. But if they're doing it short run, as long as you can be patient and stay disciplined to staying in 5th gear, you're going to be able to motor by them within 15-20 laps. Okay, the difference of running 4th gear right off the front to running 5th gear and saving is tremendous. I couldn't make it 15 laps when I was running 4th gear in turn 1. Not only was I just plowing with the right front, but I was starting to get really loose off of 4 as well. So I think saving is going to be the biggest thing that you can do. And then later in the race, say 20-25 in, you can start using 4th gear for turn 1 and 2, and you'll probably be about 2, maybe 3/10 faster than guys that weren't really saving early on. So as you can see, this lap here was just demonstrating the difference. This is the very first lap that I ran 4th gear through turn 1, and you can see the lap time here. I mean, a pretty significant pickup, but in a race situation, it's all about saving your tires, especially short. And if you're within 10 laps to go, then yeah, you're running hot laps. You're going to be doing whatever you can to make the most speed possible. You will be using 4th gear. I just want to make that very clear that 4th gear is faster, but you're really going to burn your tires up. So coming back to the line here, we're going to switch to the in-car camera, and I'll do 2 laps so you guys can get a perspective of 5th gear and 4th gear. Okay, guys, one last thing I wanted to touch on now that we have the in-car camera. For turn 1, you'll notice a patch about in the middle of the corner down here in 1 and 2. That's kind of my visual that I use to get back on the gas. It's very important to get down to the white line here. This is where you're going to have a lot of grip. If you didn't notice, I missed this white line in 3 and 4 on my last lap, and it cost me quite a bit of time. So getting down to this white line is very, very important. And just to back up here, this little patch right here is what I'm referencing to. This is usually where I try to get back into the throttle to come off the corner. So with all that being said, that's going to conclude this week's video. If you find that this video is helpful for you, please consider leaving a like. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment down below and we will get back to them and answer them for you. As always, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you can see all these videos every Monday once they're posted. Okay, best of luck this week, and we'll see you out on the track.